But the only thing that satisfies her is a great big drink of gin. Get along there, doggy. My Lulu gal's a daisy. She wears a big white hat. And I'll bet your life when I'm in town, the dudes all hit the flat. Come along, money horse.
Well, here we are in Nebraska, and I'm telling you, boy, I'm sure packing a powerful thirst. Me for a can of them Green Gage plums. Ah. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going over to Jim's place and get a quart of that best clapper juice of his and get off in a corner and kind of slowly strangle it to death.
There. That's the only thing. Hey, up there. Well, I'll be gone darned. Well, Steve, you honor your low-down son of a bull beaver. Well, you gol dang lazy soup-fed buzzard, you. What the Sam Hill you doing here? Oh, nothing special. Well, come on inside. I can listen to the lies you're going to tell me much better with a drink under my belt. It's about 4 years. It's been a long time, boy. I bet you still drink that rotten gut bourbon. I wouldn't insult my stomach with that red rainwater you drink. One round, one bourbon, partner. Say, I heard about you being a foreman. Kept me laughing for most of the week. Yeah? What have you been doing? Oh, you know. You no account weasel. You're just same as always. Ain't no account to nobody. Nowhere. That's so. Well, I've been having my fun. I ain't been wasting my time working like you. Yeah. Well, how? Here's mud. Well, I'll be a whole eye. Let's see, it's been about 4 years since we burned up the border down in Texas. Yeah, that's right. Ain't you ever going to settle down? Me? Quit your laughing. Why should I? I kind of expected you at the last roundup. How about working for me over at the Buck State? Maybe I will. For a while. I'll bet you 5. Well, Steve, I reckon I gotta learn you all over again. That's a bet. Pardon, ma'am. Could I welcome a stranger to these parts with a shot of liquor?
Si, senor.
Look out for this hombre, ma'am. He don't mean nothing he says, and he's flat throat.
Oh, senor, that's too bad, no? And you?
I can toast you in rye or bourbon till the sun goes down. Should we start now?
Why not?
You low-down buzzard, you. Stand off, cowhand. This lady drinks with me. 2 rye and 1 bourbon, Joe.
Hello, Travis. Hello, boss. Rotten whiskey. Well. Put you boys in line
trying to make some real money, and you throw it away like a lot of ordinary cowhands. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Please each other out, and then I'll sit down and take it away, brother.
Let's count on me. Them that don't, Lord, soften their hard hearts.
I don't know what the argument is between these two cowhands, ma'am, but whatever it is, I can settle it fair and square in my favor.
Howdy, Trampus. When'd you blow in?
Hello, Steve. Just blowed in to beat your time with this lady. Ain't that so, ma'am?
But, senor, I promised to drink with these gentlemen.
Yeah? Well, you and me are leaving, see?
Just 1 minute, please.
Don't look like you're beating anybody's time, Trampus. Not even yours.
I ain't arguing with you, sweetheart. I'm telling you.
There's no argument, Trampus. We're getting along just fine. Not that it's any of your business.
Well, who's talking to you?
I'm talking to you, Trampus.
When I want to know anything from you, I'll tell you, you long-legged son of a...
You want to call me that? Miles.
With a gun against my belly, I always smile.
Mucho lucky, Trampus. That feller is a good shot. He keeps tomato cans jumping down the road.
Is that so, Pedro? Well, I know a fellow what can hit 3 whiskey glass in the air at the same time. Come on, boys, sit down. I'll trim the hide off you to game of stuff.
Hey, boss. Number 3 can't get to the station on account of them cattle blocking the whole right-of-way.
All right, I'll tend to that. I reckon I better dangle on down there, Steve. Want to come along?
Sure, I'll help you clean them up.
Hey, listen, you. You blow that whistle again, and I'll blow you right out of that cab.
Hello, Chief Herder. How'd you like that?
Don't you call me no sheep herder, you grizzled old walrus, you. There, I told you.
Keep your shirt on, partner. These cows just hang around your engine to keep warm.
Well, listen, get them off. I've done my stretch, and I want to go home, go to bed.
You better get your head back in that cab before some cow comes along and bites it off. All right, then. Steve, you go down there with them and bring the rest of that bunch back, and I'll cut a hole through here.
Jack. Peanut, popcorn, candy, and chewing wax. All kinds of cigars, cigarettes, and...
We'll be in the station in a minute.
My goodness, this is terrible. I never saw so many wild cows in my life.
It's much like Vermont, is it?
I should say not.
Howdy, man. Getting off at Medicine Bow?
Yes. If we'd ever get there.
Say, you ain't the new waitress for the Lone Star Hotel, are you?
No, I'm Susie.
Oh, the new school marm for St. Creek, huh?
Uh-huh. I wasn't expecting anybody to meet me.
Well, man, we wasn't expecting to meet you, but here we are, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Here we are, and we'll round up every average kid in Wyoming, too.
Well, that's fine. How many children are there in some group?
Why, about 19, counting the Indians and half-breeds.
He's a lion polecat, miss. There ain't but 13 all told.
Ma'am, what you gonna learn, them kids? Reading and writing and figuring up figures?
Yes, and history and geography.
Yeah, we still darn critters know something about geography. They ain't got a lick of sense about knowing where they're at.
Thank you so much. And now where do we find the
Follow me, ma'am, and you'll never go astray. Right this way.
Hey, ma'am, that critter won't hurt you none.
I think it's safe now, ma'am.
Thank you.
Mighty lucky thing I happened along. A wild steer is an awful ornery critter.
Oh, it did frighten me. Just for a moment.
That steer'd seen you face to face like I'm doing now, ma'am. He couldn't have been so mean.
Oh, thank you.
I'm glad my man got your bags all right, ma'am. Take the lady's things right over the stagecoach, will you, Stephen?
Oh, boss. Oh. Come on. Here, Ella, you better take your moo cow home or your ma will spank you.
Come on, you bad old thing.
Yeah. Come on, boss.
Perhaps you'd like to rescue that little girl from that wild steer. I'm sure she'd be impressed, but if you tried to make a fool of her, she'd probably slap your face. I'm really obliged to you, sir, for helping me.
It's a great pleasure, ma'am. That'll be all, my man. Here you are. I want you to take good care of this lady, Ben. She's a special friend of mine. Going down to Taylor's.
Sure, I'll take good care of her, Steve. You don't need a fret a bit.
Who is that dark man who's so rude to me?
Oh, just a mangy foreman, ma'am. You don't have to pay no attention to him. Oh, goodbye.
Sorry.
All right, Joe.
Smart, ain't you, Steve? Smart pal.
In case you got any ideas about my new lady friend, I just want to warn you that schoolmarms ain't in your class.
Oh, you're warning me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Steve, usually I just beat you by a nose. This time I'm going to throw you in hog tie.
Oh, you don't tell me.
Mm-hmm.
Stop this thing now. You stop this wagon now.
Whoa!
Put them boots on, Paul Huey.
Oh, Ma, they're too tight across the bunions. Miss Taylor won't mind me, sir.
Well, you will put 'em on. Land sakes, look at all them folks there. Well, you'd think they was welcoming the President of the United States instead of a schoolmarm.
If I ever get 'em on, I'll have to cut 'em off.
You put 'em on. Susan, take your fingers out of them sausages, or you'll get a bellyache, and your ma will blame me. I don't care. Put 'em both on now. I'm coming right over. All right.
Well, Uncle Huey.
Oh, Dad, how are
Well,
you?
folks, how are you?
How do,
Glad
Miss
to
Taylor?
see you. We've rung the twins. Rode 40 miles and still as dry as a bone. You're very lucky, Mrs. Huey. Very lucky. Alice, you put your calves to pasture in the bedroom. They can get a little nap before the Christmas, because the parson won't get here until a little later.
Miss Taylor,
What's the matter, Hans?
you come tea. Quick.
Excuse me, folks. Hans got himself all snarled up about something.
So run along.
But now, what's the trouble, Hans? Oh, look at them chickens. Oh, you chickens. Well, if it ain't Emily. Trying to hatch them apples. Always wanting to be a mother, ain't you? If you only knew, Emily. Now, get. Well, now, Hans, what's the trouble?
Boys, no work. Me so much work, I can do everything.
All right, I'll fix those lazy buzzards. Buggy,
Hurry up with them chickens and ducks.
Well, keep that slant-eyed muskrat away and we'll get through. Go on, Chink. Chop your suey.
Miss Stella, we got no milk. Why not? Cowboy no gasm. Ram. 點解會將你聽見嘛？啲警察啲是非嚟聽見嘛？打你個頭啊！你啊
Why, you yellow-bellied biscuit shooter! Damn, it's awful cold in here. Give me that coat, Bowlegs. Why, Sam, your whole body's changing color.
Hurry up, you ornery polecat. Bowlegs, hurry up and get out of that tower. You're clean enough. I need you out here.
Just keep your shirt on, Miss Taylor. How'd she know I was in here? That woman knows everything.
Here she is now, folks. My, it's just grand having you here. Folks, this is Miss Molly Wood, the new school mom, all the way from Vermont. What are them cowherders up to now? You look here now, honey. We can do quit making that noise. You'll wake up them babies. Stop trying to shoot them cans open. Here, use this cleaver.
All right, Miss Taylor, but it'll take a heap longer.
Oh, howdy, boys. Getting ready for the celebration?
Yeah. Howdy, Trappist, my boys.
You got here just too late to work, didn't you?
In the cool of the evening, when the food and liquor and women is ready, that's when I appear. Hi, Steve.
Hello, honey. Hello, honey. Where's the liquor barrel?
That hadn't ought to be hard for you to locate.
What do you say, boy?
Steve, what are you trailing around with Trampus for?
Why are you fellas all sore at Trampus? He's all right.
Yes, he is. In a big belief.
You looking for someone, Miss Wood? Oh, no, I'm just interested in seeing everybody. It's all so new to me.
Oh.
Are all the cowboys here now?
Sure, I hope so. There's a whole lot of them here ain't even been invited. A whole lot of them. Miss Stella, you know this lady. Dangling a bell.
All right, you go right there, yes. Dinner, everybody! Come and get it! Come on, Miss Wood, I want you to sit at the head of the table. Come on. Hey, come and get it! Now, you children, come on, now, you get out of that.
Valley Ranchers had another meeting today, and their patients couldn't give up. I can tell you the country's going to the devil, and it pays a man better to steal than to work. Then I reckon it's getting pretty close to a showdown, Judge. That's her standing in the window now. Careful, Rustler's got to stop. Yeah. Ain't she pretty, though? I wonder if she can dance to it. Hey, are you listening to me? Sure, Judge. And I agree with you. Hey, my throat's mighty dusty. Let's go in the house. Well, I think we can find something in the house, maybe. I hope so. Sure,
That ain't no way for a fellow like you to make a living, Steve.
Don't I know it? Cowhand's dumber than a locust steer. Freeze all winter, bake all summer. For what? For just to get enough money to get drunk 12 times a year.
Yeah, but money's easy when you're smart, Steve. But you'll never get it balloting cows for $30 a month.
Why didn't you wait for me, Steve, this evening?
Oh, you was late and Trampus dangled by, so I come along with him.
You ain't very choosy about your company.
Maybe you'll explain what you mean by that.
Nothing, Trampus, nothing. Maybe I could tell your belly full, and maybe I couldn't.
What are you driving at?
Maybe I ought to compliment you, Trampus. You got so many calves this year, your cows must have litters, like a sow. Reckon it keeps you all wore out branding them.
You're liable to talk yourself into a heap of trouble, my friend.
Since when was I your friend, Trampus?
Oh, all right. That suits me.
How about circulating around the dance, Steve? That is, if you're through being sociable here.
Why you let him say that to you?
Because I'm smart. One job at a time. Never lose your temper.
There she is. Looks pretty in her Vermont fashion dress, don't she? Hey, she'd look good in an Indian squaw blanket. Say, you buzzard, you know I got the inside track with her. I want to give you an even break. I'll match you to see who asked her for the first dance. Ed. You son of a gun, you. How'd you know?
Is it true, miss, that France is going to give us that Statue of Liberty that she's been talking about?
Oh, yes. It was in the paper just before I left. Excuse me, please.
Yes, surely. Good evening, ma'am. Would you care to try a turn at dancing?
You're from Virginia, I understand.
Yes, ma'am. That is, I was born there.
I always thought the Southerners had such good manners.
That's correct, ma'am. Leastways, they should have.
Well, in New England, where I came from, a man always asked to be introduced to a lady before he asked her to dance.
I ask your pardon, ma'am.
Pardon, ma'am. I see you didn't dance for that big galoot. You can't blame you none. Ain't any of the girls want to dance with him. Would you like to spin around with me? Kind of figured we were introduced by that stage driver.
Why, yes, I'd love to.
I guess Eastern dancing is kind of different now.
I'm sorry I'm so awkward.
Oh, that's all right, ma'am. You'll pick it up in no time.
Say, Judge, I wonder if you'd oblige me in a little social matter.
What is it?
I'd like you to introduce me to the new school mom. Formal like.
But from all the talking you've done about her, I thought you and her were pretty good friends. Didn't I see you talking to her a while ago?
Who? Me?
I don't know what you're up to, young fella, but I'll do it.
Thank you, man. The honor was all mine.
Oh, excuse me, Miss Wood, but this young man says he never met you.
Well, that is...
Well, he ought to. He's been talking about you for a month. Allow me to make you acquainted, Miss Wood.
Pleased to meet you.
Oh, you're the gallant young man that rescued me from a tame cow.
Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. But you must admit this was a genuine rescue. And you must excuse my friend Steve for being so clumsy and bow-legged. Would you care to sit down?
Well, thank you. I am a little tired.
I'd rather talk than dance. But I can't talk and dance very well at the same time anyhow. So sit down by the window. We sure are glad to have you out here, Miss Wood.
Thank you.
Now that we've been formally introduced, I'd like very much to go riding with you someday.
Oh, yes?
Say, you ain't afraid of me, are you, ma'am?
Why should I be?
No reason at all. I'm as gentle as a plow horse. And I'm powerful interested in education.
Then I hope you come to some of my classes. I have several little boys just your age.
Would book learning do a cowhand any good?
Oh, it won't be all reading and writing and arithmetic. I hope to teach my children good manners, too.
I'm sorry, ma'am. If you thought I aimed to treat you that way, see, out here, us folks, we don't exactly understand. Well, you see, you're from the east, and we've been out here so long, and out where it's kind of wild, and Well, I tell you, when I first hardly realized he was from the east.
Miss Molly, the parson's here. Won't you come and meet him? Dr. McBride?
Yes?
This is Miss Molly Wood, our new school teacher.
Well, I'm glad to meet you, Miss Wood.
Hey, Steve, where'd you ruffle the cake?
Me for them there crullers. Kate's any interest to you. I expect I ought to inform you that the most elegant lady of this outfit has promised me the pleasure of seeing her home to her cabin.
You don't tell me. Well, now, ain't that just fine? You know, Steve, there ain't nobody I'd rather see beat my time than you.
I don't trust you no more than a half-breed bandit.
Fishes is a speckled trout, Steve, you are.
I guess you better leave that door open, Mrs. Stark. It's kind of stuffy in there.
All right, I reckon they won't wake up. Now, boys, be careful. Don't make no noise. You'll wake them up.
What they got corralled in there, anyhow?
Babies, aren't they? Never saw so many mavericks in my life.
Them's the kids. And some of them's waiting to be christened. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 beautiful sleeping angels. Say, be funny if they got mixed up and some of them was christened wrong, wouldn't it?
You ornery, low-down horse thief, you.
Oh, he says be funny.
Let's get busy before the parson goes to work.
This must be that Jasper brat. Looks like he has the itch. Wonder what these little firemen think about all day long.
Not a gall darn thing. Getting mighty swampy around this bed.
Oh, young fella, this is apt to change your whole life.
Now sleep peacefully, you little maverick.
Stop playing now, boys. Listen, folks, it's getting late. Some of you women have got to drive all night to get home. So let's christen the babies now.
This country sure is getting fancy. Christening babies. Important school norm. Pretty soon they'll be putting soda pop in the liquor. That's when I'll be getting out.
Me too. I'll
Here we go.
Just right in here, folks, if you want to see the ceremony. Here's the christening water fountain. It's perfectly clean, been boiled and stained for a new sock.
Fine. The child, please. Name the child.
Charles Augustus Jasper.
Charles Augustus. I christen thee.
Oh, but wait a minute. Why, that ain't Charles Augustus. That's one of Uncle Huey's brats.
What? Here. Oh, come to your Paul Leonidas.
Oh, no, not Leonidas. Charles Augustus.
Charles Augustus nothing.
But I've just christened it.
Then you'll unchristen him.
Oh, it can't be done.
You unchristen this child or you don't get another nickel out of me.
Really,
You've got...
Oh, something terrible. Someone has mixed these kids and we can't tell which is what.
Have you got to say that? Hey, listen, you got to do something.
There's my jaw, the knife is straight to come out. This kid is something I've never seen before. Oh, there's my baby. There's your hand. You done it, mighty like mine. Where's my terrible one?
Master, something's got to be done about that. A most distressing and reprehensible occurrence. Reprehensible? It's mangy, I calls it. Plain mangy.
Sickens to pay if they find out it was us.
Some ornery polecat done this deliberate.
Well, who was it? Let's find the critter that did it. I'll brand him plenty. He ought to be strung up.
Yeah, don't worry, Steve. They ain't gonna find out we done it. No, sir, we ain't left no clue.
When the fun's all over, I'm going to be moseying out before something does happen.
Hey, what's that on Steve's pants?
Land's sake! What a fast cat!
There's the polecat. The thing. Go get him. Get him. I know. Boys don't you gotta read.
I'm sorry, ma'am, about what happened to Steve. But now that Steve's gone, could I see you home?
I saw you pin that cap on Steve. Aren't you ashamed of yourself, treating those poor babies that way?
Well, you see, I heard that some of them was female, so I had them introduced all around.
I think your conduct is disgraceful.
Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
I suppose you're proud of yourself, playing a trick like that on those poor mothers.
No, ma'am. Yes.
I suppose you call yourself a grown-up, responsible man.
Yes. Yes. No, ma'am.
Well, you act as if you were a child.
Yes. No, ma'am.
Is that all you've got to say for yourself?
No, ma'am. Yes.
I don't think you're a bit funny. Now, that's the right pitch. You're way off key last time. Now, all together. You're the one that's wrong. Now, let's hear you by yourself. All right. And you. That's better. All together now. And don't forget where your lines come in. I'd go riding with you after school.
Well, I was just helping so you get finished quicker. I'm afraid that herd of yours is about to stampede.
Sounds like it. I'll go see what I can do. That'll be enough, enough. Children, on account of the splendid way you learned that song, I'm going to let you go 10 minutes early. So school's dismissed.
I've got a little surprise for you today.
What is it? Oh, a new horse. Is it gentle?
Yes, I broke him myself, and he gave me more trouble than you had, gentle than me.
I've changed my riding habit. I won't be for just a minute.
Don't go. Do me a favor and go just as you are. I'm sure the host won't mind, and I liked you so much in that dress.
All right. Thank you. What is her name? What are you laughing about now?
Well, her name's Sir Henry, but I call him Hank for short.
You haven't told me about that book I lent you last week. Did you finish it?
That Romeo and Juliet? Yes, ma'am, I finished it.
Don't tell me you didn't like it.
Well, I ain't read any poetry before. As soon as I get the hang of it, it'll be as easy as reading the patent medicine catalog.
Well, didn't you like the story?
Well, they raised a mighty strange breed of men in them days, but in some respects, this Romeo was a pretty good hombre.
Oh, indeed. Just a pretty good hombre.
Yes, and he had his enemies, and he killed them. Shows he wasn't no coward, and proves he's quick on the draw.
You approve of killing your enemies? An
No.
eye for an eye?
Not if there's an honorable way out, no, ma'am. But them enemies was particular ornery. They had it coming to them.
Well, what else? What didn't you like about Romeo?
I didn't like him in that balcony scene.
The balcony scene? Why, that's the most famous scene in the play.
Maybe so, but not for me. What is his idea in traipsing up and down that rope ladder, anyhow?
Why, he wanted to talk to her.
Why didn't he go in through the front door?
Don't you understand? Their families were enemies.
Exactly so. Traipsing up a ladder, that ain't my idea of a real man.
Well, what would you do? Go in and kill her father? That would be nice.
No, I wouldn't have killed him. But I'd have had a showdown with him, man to man. If he was too stubborn to call off that fool feud, I'd have grabbed Juliet right off that balcony and I'd have married her.
That's just what he was planning to do.
Well, what was he fooling around about? He loved Juliet. She fell in love right back at him. Why didn't he get to going?
Perhaps men in those days realized just how much women loved the gallantry of courtship.
Yes, I know. He couldn't resist playing actor on that balcony. Wasted so much valuable time and got them both killed. If I loved a gal and wanted her, knew I could take care of her, not in the words of Romeo, but in the feelings inside, do you think I'd let that gulf stand between us, spread around on rope ladders, making up poetry?
No, you're hardly a Romeo. So what would you do?
Molly, I'll show you what I'd do.
You're just as sure of yourself as ever, aren't you?
Molly, don't play act with me. We don't fool each other. We ain't on no balcony. Don't you think the spring is the prettiest time of year to be married?
But I don't want to get married yet. I've got my school, and I'm just getting started, and those children couldn't get...
School. That ain't no real woman's job in life. Listen, Molly. I don't aim to stay here. Not if you'll be my wife and partner. And what I aim to do, I'm pushing out further west to Utah or Nevada. To do out there what Judge Henry done right here in Wyoming. Make more United States out of raw prairie land.
I like you. And I admire you more than any man I've ever known. But I'm not sure of myself yet. This country's so new and strange. I feel like an alien. An outsider. Oh, I don't know how to explain it, but I just feel that I'm different.
Women are funny, Molly. I don't understand them.
Oh, yes, you do. But I'm glad you think you don't. What is it?
Sounds like a calf blowing. Find out what the trouble is.
All right.
Come on, morning horse. I'll be right back, Molly. Just a few minutes.
Hello, Steve. I didn't know you was coming up this end of the range.
Oh, I'm just kind of drifting around.
I've just been putting a monogram on a couple of strays.
Yes, so I noticed. Steve, there's no use talking around things. You've been putting Trampus's brand on somebody else's calf.
Oh, what's a few calves more or less to a man that's got thousands? I'm sick of nursemaiding someone else's cows around for no more than enough to keep you in smoking tobacco.
Don't talk that way, Steve. You and I done a lot of loco things together, but there's some things that ain't only loco, they're plumb wrong.
Ah, you take life too seriously.
This whole country's taking things more seriously. I ain't trying to lecture you or play Sunday on what's right or wrong. The ranchers are getting plumb sick of having their herds trimmed out, and there'll soon be posses out with ropes on their saddles. Times are changing, Steve. They can't get away with this sort of thing much longer.
Well, I'm carrying a nice limber rope to make it easy for them. If they catch me.
You blamed hard-headed fool, you.
What are you going to do? Turn me in?
Steve, nobody's talking about that. I reckon I couldn't be sore at you no matter what you did. But listen, Steve, you and I have been friends too long to find ourselves lined up on opposite sides in anything like this. Don't put me in any hole like that.
Ah, shucks. How do I know what I'm going to do? This country's getting too civilized, too solemn. I got a notion I'll be moseying out. The gold fields is somewhere.
There's no need you leaving, Steve. You know you can stay on here as long as you want.
Yeah, I know. The mangy old buzzard.
Well, there they go, Steve. Right on time.
Only thing I don't like about this stealing business is the hard work. Hard work, but easy picking. You lazy son of a gun. You got it all straight, haven't you? Let at least 100 head of the sorry cutters stay on the bank and leave them there. So in case anybody's trailing us, they'll think we got scared and left the whole bunch. You swim the rest down the river. And don't let a hoof touch the shore until they hit the rocks in Boulder Creek. They won't leave any tracks. Daddy? All right. But I think you're crazy for leaving any of them. You gotta pay a little for safety, you know, Steve. Throw away one, grab two. Always play percentages. Never try to be a hog. Percentages, Steve. I learned that dealing faro. Remember that. All right, Trampus, go ahead. Come on, boy.
And a huckleberry.
Well, we got a pretty good bunch.
I don't think we'd find hide a hair of them.
Well, locate any more, Nebraska?
Most 100 head so far. Hey, this country's just full of stolen cattle, and there ain't a cow thief in sight.
Looks like they got leery and dumped the whole herd.
Yeah, and they'll get them plumb out of the country. We never will know just who they are.
The buzzard couldn't find them in them blind canyons. They were all dead a week.
Reckon we're licked, boys. Lucky to get our cattle back.
Yeah, you found all your cattle, but about 200 head of your best beef.
What do you mean? We'll never get the rest of them?
You notice you ain't found nothing but scrub.
They must have went someplace. Them cows can't fly. And a darn good thing they can't, says I. Boys, we're plain outsmarted.
They swung them cows downstream. And I'll lay you anything you want to bet that we'll pick up them tracks the other side of Lava Gap.
Probably Boulder Creek, huh?
Through the rocks, sure. They picked the tough roots of Jackson Hole. We're liable to run within smelling distance of them before at nightfall. I'll pick up the rest of the bunch and we'll get started.
By gosh, boys, I believe he's right.
And you can bet he's right. And what's more, the guy that's bossing this spread ain't no common cow thief. He's cuter than a mountain goat in springtime. He ain't no smarter than that Virginia boy. Yep. Say, that boy is so smart, he'd dry snow and sell it for sugar. Come on, boys, let's run her off.
Well, I'll leave a couple of boys around cattle down here. Let's go.
Okay, Fred, let's go.
Come ahead.
Not bad for 3 days' work. 200 head worth more than 75 apiece. Better than herding cows for a living, ain't it?
Damn, still, where do you think we are now? In some swell New York hotel?
Oh, we soon will be along about 2 months from now.
Hey, Travis, what's that fire be? What do you think we want to do? Let somebody know we're here?
Hey, listen. When I want a fire, I'm going to have it. If there's anybody following us, they're 40 miles back, cooling their heels.
Yeah, hunting cow tracks under the water.
Well, I'm going to dangle down the ravine and see how Greasy's getting along night herding them critters.
What's the matter, Jim? Anything bothering you? Well, it's all right for trampers to talk. I'll be glad when we get rid of them cows.
What if they do catch you? You can only die one time. Sure, what do you want? Live to be 100?
Yeah, what's life anyway? Few winters waiting for spring, few summers wishing they'd last, few bottles of whiskey, and a half a dozen girls you can remember. And then your little 6 by 3 feet under the ground, and that's all. Might as well be now as later.
See, Greasy, they'll settle down. I'll send one of the other boys over to help you.
All right.
Hey, look. Looks like a possum.
We'd better duck and warn them.
Oh, nothing. I'm drifting. You go your way and I'll go mine. You know that he's found him. What's biting him anyway?
I don't know, but he's sure bothered about something. Boys, we're going to split into 3 parties and close in on them. Foster, you take your boys down by the creek. You boys come with me.
Besides, the moon's too bright. I don't like that either.
If they couldn't get us by sunlight, they ain't gonna by moonlight, Jim.
Yeah.
Well, I wish I was in Jackson Hole right now.
Say, for God's sake, can't you get that frown off your face? Think of something cheerful. Your girl or a cold bottle of beer.
Sure, seguro. Hey, play on that tune I loaned you. You know. Las muchachas de Wyoming, ay tulipán, las muchachas de Wyoming, ay que dirán, no saben el dar un beso, y las de Sonora hasta estiran el pescuezo con el tulipán, con el tulipán, no saben el dar un beso.
Keep him up there, boys!
Get their gun, Tommy. ¿Cómo estamos? Boys, where is your calling card?
Get in there.
Never mind, we left them in the deck.
Thanks for the ditty, Pedro. It was real entertaining.
I knew something like this was going to happen.
Where's Trampas and the rest?
Trampas? You got us all wrong, partner. Only us three out on a little hunting trip.
Yeah? Then you must have been drinking your coffee with a cup in each hand.
Time up, boys. I'm going to take a look around.
Got another one, boys.
Howdy, boys. Never expected to find you here.
We found the cattle down the ravine. Whoever was night herding them's up. Time up.
Real accommodating of you boys building this fire for us. We smelled it right across Wyoming. I told you I wouldn't be lighting that fire. Told who?
Told me.
You always was a rotten liar, Steve.
You got 4 of us. Ain't that enough for one gather? Not by a long sight. What do we do with them? Hang them now?
No. We'll take them down to the cabin by the oak. Maybe we'll get the rest of them.
Come on, boys. I'm plumb out of the back end, and you fellas got the makings?
Well, it's breaking. Be daylight before you know it. The boys ought to be showing up any time now.
I didn't look for them till morning.
Hey, when are you going to do this thing?
Sun up, I reckon.
Keep quiet, Jimmy. We fooled you fellas good a couple of times. Thought you'd lost our trail. You can't beat that doubling back in the water. I learned that trick off in an engine. Funny how you pick up a thing, ain't it? You never know when it's going to come in handy. $1.50 you owe me, Pedro.
All right. I pay you tomorrow, eh?
I'll be glad when this is all over with.
It ain't over for me.
No?
I'm heading for the Tetons.
Hunting?
Yeah, hunting. There ain't only one hombre responsible for this, and that's Trampas. And I'm hunting Trampas till I find him.
Here's some of the boys now.
We ain't caught hiding our hair nor any of them, boss.
Told you there wasn't no more of us. Come on, let's get this thing over with.
It's a pity to waste that loyalty on a skunk like Trampas.
Come on, boys. Let's get going.
Come on. Let's go.
Well, die.
Let alone, Joe. Take him up a bit.
Please, I don't want to die. Please.
Oh, shut up, Jim. Take your medicine, Grace.
Why don't you ask him for a drink? Maybe that will help you.
Nebraska. You can have this. Don't worry, I didn't steal it. Don't forget to wind it and keep the stem side up and it'll always run. It's good for $4 in any regular saloon.
Thank you, Steve.
You can have my saddle, honey.
Thanks, Steve.
Honey, that's a heck of a name. Got a pencil?
I guess we can get the horses now, boys. All right.
You got my gun, ain't you, honey?
Yeah.
I want you to keep it with this and give it to him after it's all over.
I wish it was Trampas instead of you, Steve.
No, I don't want to die. All right, bring them on, boys. I don't want to die. No.
Okay. You boys got anything to say? You don't want to say anything?
Steve wanted you to have this. There's a note inside the holster. Country sure is full of quail this season. Better keep you son of a gun. You'll get me shot someday. How is he? He's still unconscious, but the doctor said he's out of danger.
You know he belongs in a hospital. Schoolmarm's house ain't no place for him. What'd they fetch him here for anyway?
They didn't fetch him. His horse brung him here.
Funny, ain't it?
No, it ain't funny. Say, he's been hanging around here so much. The horse thought he was home. Well, here you are at last. Where'd you try to get that medicine? In a saloon?
No, I was just waiting in there while Doc mixed it up.
Well, it's about time you showed up, honey. If we had to depend on you, he'd have been dead already.
Yes,
So sorry, Miss Taylor. It's a long way to town. You boys have been just wonderful coming here and seeing him every day.
If it hadn't been for you, Miss Molly, I reckon we'd have lost you.
Honey, now you wait outside with the other boys. I'll be wanting to use you later.
Yes.
Now you quit your worrying, dearie. He's coming along fine. Why don't you do what I told you and close up your school for this afternoon so you can get some rest? Now, you've been here every minute that you ain't teaching them kids. And you ain't had the right kind of sleep since he's been sick.
Oh, I'm all right. I'm not a bit tired.
Now, I know better. There ain't nobody can do 2 jobs at once without getting tagged out. Except me.
Nonsense. Recess is over now. I'll have to be going back. Oh, thank you, boys.
All right, Miss Molly.
Oh, honey, I meant to ask you, have you seen Steve around?
Steve, Mom. Oh, sure. Steve ain't with the Box 8 no more.
Oh, I thought it was funny he hadn't been around. Well, if you see him, tell him his gun is here. He must have borrowed it from Steve just before he got shot. I found it on him.
Yes, I sure will tell him. That is, if I run across him.
All right, thank you.
Gosh, honey, I meant to warn you about that.
Gee whiz. I wished I had a woman thought as much of me as she does of him. Come on, Matthew. Let's go around the bunkhouse. Maybe some of that liquor's left down there.
What are you children doing?
Brooke playing rustler. He said he would. Sure. That guy's a cattle thief and we're lynching him.
You children mustn't play like this. You're liable to hurt each other.
Oh, he said he would. He said it'd be Steve.
Steve?
Sure. Steve wasn't afraid when they strung him up. He didn't whimper at all.
Steve strung up?
Sure.
Well, what are you talking about?
Oh, Judge Henry Foreman had to string him up because they caught him stealing cattle.
You mean hanged him?
Sure. Get back, my one who cares anyway. Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
Is it true
Is what true?
that Steve has been hanged?
Now, who's gone and told you that?
The children.
How on earth did them kids know?
Then it is true.
Well, you might as well know it. Don't see why you wasn't told in the first place. Steve was strung up with the rest of them cattle thieves.
Oh. Did he do it?
Somebody had to do it. He was in charge, and it had to be done. That's our kind of law. Don't you realize that was downright murder? Now, there ain't no use talking about it, dearie. Crimes is ranked different in different countries. And out here, stealing's about the meanest, the lowest thing a man can do.
But that doesn't justify killing. And Steve, his friend.
It ain't a question of friends or enemies. It's a question of right and wrong. Why, if we didn't hold a rope and a six-shooter over them outlaws, you couldn't teach your school at all. Why, our lives wouldn't be worth nothing.
Do you think I'll teach my children to believe in that? Do you think I'll help raise a new generation to approve of murder?
Where you come from, they have policemen and courts and jails to enforce the law. Here, we got nothing. So when we have to, we do things our own way. Do you think it was easy for him to have to hang a friend? It was a darn sight harder for him to do it than for us to bear it. And there he is, just because of lawlessness. Somebody took a shot at him. And you can't tell me it was Indian.
I suppose this country has destroyed every human feeling in you. And in him. I suppose in time I'd feel that way, too. But I won't.
Then why don't you go back where you come from?
I will. As soon as he's well. I won't stay in this place any longer.
All right. Go on back home. You don't belong here. We don't want your kind. Go on back east, where living's soft and easy. Sit on your silk cushions and get hired girls to wait on you and drink your pink tea. Why, when I married Taylor, I drove a ox team 1,000 miles from Council Bluffs to this very spot. I fought Indians with my father's rifle, and him lying dead across my knee. I killed a Sioux squaw with her own axe, and you were talking. This is a new country we're building up here, and there ain't no room in it for weaklings, men or women. Go on back east, and I, for one, will say good riddance.
Now you listen to me. My people built a country in New England, too. And they fought and died just as bravely as you Westerners. Do you think you're the only people who ever fought Indians? Did you ever hear of the Cherry Valley Massacre? Well, my grandfather Stark was killed in a blockhouse at Cherry Valley. And my grandmother walked 90 miles on foot to get help to save the 14 survivors. Don't tell me I can't do anything when it's got to be done. I can stand anything you can and more. I'm not going away. I'm going to stay here and look after him. And now you get out of here. Get out! Get out! You get out of here!
I warned you, Steve. I warned you. How could you have done this to me?
It's all right, darling. It's all right. I'm trying to understand. Let's never talk about it. Never let it come between us. Forget it ever happened.
I can't help it, ma'am. I think Romeo was a mangy hombre.
Is a drink more liquor and on the pump, and another will drink for the soul any harm. Shut up that rotten noise. Come on, boys, have a drink. Come on, Joe, set up another round. What's the matter, you paralyzed? What you have? You know what I want. Town's full of mangy cowboys. What's up? Payday?
Wedding. Judge Henry's foreman's getting married to the schoolmarm.
Oh, him, eh?
You think he would marry her?
Heard he saved his life. Yeah, I do seem to recollect something about him being shot a while ago. Injuns, wasn't it?
Yeah. Somebody plugged him in the back.
Oh, yeah. Hello, sweetheart. Come here.
Boy's the only woman in Wyoming that's always on time.
When do you say 5 o'clock? No? And here I am.
Senorita and I are going to go over and get measured for some chili and some flapjacks. After that, we'll be back to the bar for more punishment. Come on, darling. Hey, did you see who I saw?
Yeah, the mangy cow thief. Looks like a lot of bad news to me.
Sure does. Hello, boys.
Hello,
Slim. When's it going to be? Tomorrow?
Yeah, the bishop's making a trip special just to marry him.
You don't say. Ain't never seen a bishop. What's the bishop look like?
Oh, just like an ordinary shoe drummer, except he wears half his clothes backwards.
Howdy, Miss Woods. How do you do? It won't be Miss Woods this time tomorrow. No. Good gracious, you do look pretty in the picture. Much prettier than that girl on the Pride of Iowa kind of cord. Oh, thanks. Where's Ma and Dad Taylor?
Oh, they'll be along soon. They came by Indian Creek.
Oh, that's fine. Well, then I'll get everything ready. You come right on. Right?
Howdy, Miss Molly.
Oh, hello, boys.
Welcome to the bride.
We've been awaiting all morning.
Well, I hardly expected you so soon.
They got something planned. I can see it in their faces.
Howdy, boy.
Howdy, boy.
Howdy, boys.
He's plumb right, Miss Molly. Could we borrow him for a spell?
Can I trust you?
Oh, we'll all be very good. Pretty good.
Not too good.
Well, which is the honest man?
Not one of them.
Well, I'll trust all of you. I'm going upstairs now, and you can drink to his health all you please.
Sure thing. See you later.
We'll be waiting.
You don't mind my going with him, do you, honey?
Of course not. The boys have their right to you just as much as I have.
It won't be long. Anyhow, the Taylors will be along soon. We'll have plenty of time alone where we're going. We travel west. We find just the place we want to make our home.
I hope you'll never be sorry.
I hope I'll always be able to make you happy. To keep you happy. That's going to be my main aim in life.
Now run along. The boys are waiting for you.
The boys brought you things, and they're all upstairs.
Oh.
Oh, boys. Hello, bridegroom.
Well, we set up about 4 of them. Let's get to it.
Much obliged to you, boys. I didn't know Trampas was in town.
It looks like he's heading for more trouble.
He's been hanging around.
Talking plenty and drinking more. Which reminds me.
Well, boys, my last drink's with you. Single.
Here's how.
Well, fire and fall back, boys.
Someday maybe I'll step off, too. Here's luck.
I'm glad you know there's a friend of yours in town.
Did he mention he was a friend of mine?
He said plenty about you.
Well, forget it.
Sure, what I hear goes in one ear and out the other.
Hot weather, ain't it?
Hotter up Boxelder way. This friend of yours said he'd drop in again, in case it's any interest to you.
Well, it ain't. Let's have another drink.
Say, did you get what you was hunting in the Tetons last fall?
Yeah. Sheep was thick in the Tetons all year.
Trampas claims different.
Say, we'll take this thing off your hands if you want.
Save me the trouble. Just say the word.
Any or all of it? No. Thanks, boys. This is a matter between us two. I'm only hoping you don't drift around.
But a feller don't get married every day.
That's just it.
You got to think of her.
Who else am I thinking of?
Well, I'm acting mayor of this town, and I'll put him in the calaboose till you get married, anyway.
Seems like I smell fresh skunk meat, boys.
Well, Joe's place is getting pretty crummy all of a sudden, eh? Come on, sit up around with the boys.
cowhands drinking their mangy wages. Somebody left the door open and the wind blew in. Ah, come here, Trappers. Let's drink to the bride and groom. Might as well get good and liquored for the wedding. Well, I heard the only way a man can get shot in the back is running away. Hey, you. I'm a friend of Trampas. Yeah? That's so. You know what Trampas claims about that affair of yours down in the Tetons? That you run from a rustler with your tail between your legs.
Say, fella, if you wasn't drinking, you might wake up in the morning and find yourself seriously dead.
Come on, Joe. Drink hearty, boys.
Ah, turn your tail, you ornery hound, and shove your nose into the ground, for I'm an hombre Texas bound, so early in the morning. I'm sick of this slaver. Here, you. You've been spending enough talk around about my cattle deals, and I'm having a showdown with you here and now.
I don't want any rumption here.
Shut up. You keep out of this. You I'm talking to.
Trampas, I'm trying not to have any trouble with you just now.
Yeah, you've been dodging it for 5 years. It's taken plenty of trouble to keep out of my way, but I got you corralled now, and I'm calling your hand.
All right. What do you got?
I got the belief you're a lying, white-livered skunk. This country ain't big enough to hold the two of us. I'm giving you to sundown to get out of town.
It's too bad you had to say that, Trampas.
Get out. Get out by sundown, or I'll shoot you on sight.
Boys, you'll oblige me in this. Sure, we understand. It's something that nobody else can do for you. I knew you'd all see it that way.
We'll see that nobody interferes.
I never thought Trampas had the guts. I don't want her to know till it's all over.
Sure.
We ain't saying nothing. She wouldn't understand. She was raised different. So long, Joe.
Bye, honey.
Bye, boys. It won't be long to wait. Sun'll be down in less than half an hour. Well, he's forced it on you, so hurry up and get it over with.
Yeah, we want to get some fun out of this wedding, too.
You ain't worried none, are you?
What, us? Who, me?
Why, of course not, you ornery old cockroach.
It's been so frightful waiting for you.
Who had to tell you about it?
The woman downstairs. I wanted to run out and find you, but I didn't. I waited quietly in my room.
I'm sorry you had to be worried.
It doesn't matter. Nothing matters now that you're back again, and it's all over. Let's don't think about it. What'll we do now? What now?
Now? Nothing now. I know it's a heap worse for you. I wish you didn't have to wait alone. But it won't be for long.
Why, what do you mean?
I did my best. I let him say things to me no man ever said before. If I hadn't been thinking hard of you, I reckon I'd have killed him then. I gave him a chance to quit. They'd gone too far before the others. It'll have to go on now.
What are you going to do?
I'm not going to let him shoot me.
But we can go away. It's not too late. You can go away and leave him here.
I've got to stay.
No. There's something else. There must be. Think what it means. Killing in cold blood.
You don't think I want to do this?
I tried to forgive the other killing. Those cattle thieves and thieves. I forced myself to think of it as you did. A public duty, law and order. But this isn't the same. It's just to satisfy a personal grudge.
If folks came to think me a coward, I couldn't look them square in the eye ever again. Or you either.
But that's just crime.
I don't know what you call it. But it's something in the feelings of a man. Down deep inside. Something a man can't go back on. If anybody happened to say I was a thief, I couldn't let him go on saying it. It wouldn't matter what other people thought. But I'd have to know inside of me that I thought enough of my own honesty to fight for it.
Then it's to be like this always. When will it ever end?
There'll always be killing to do until this country ain't a meeting place for men like trampers.
Then think of us. You and me. Our life together.
That's what I am thinking of.
Your life has always been your own. But now it isn't. You've given it to me. Don't take it away. When I think of tomorrow, of you and me, and of... If you do this, there'll be no tomorrow for you and me. Oh, no. Oh, don't go. Don't go. For my sake, please. Oh, it's you, your life. I can't let you.
Give me a room.
Whiskey.
Sundown.
Here it comes out, Dick. Let's go.
Hello, boss.
Hello, boys.
Well,
I guess I'll go down to the post office.
why, you ain't finished your last drink yet, Greasy. Bam, he got him. He's dead as a cold mackerel.
Reckon he landed off.
Nebraska's out here, Ken. Well, it's all over. You can come out now, Jen. Lower back.
Thank heavens it wasn't you. Oh, I love you so.